Are you tired of your house being a disaster? Are you tired of making one too many decisions all day long, every single day? Are you burnt out, overwhelmed, stressed to the max? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then this video is for you. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kelsey from KelseyJoandCo. I am a lifestyle, wellness, and beauty blogger and YouTuber. I will leave my blog listed on the screen as well as down below in the description box. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 12. I mean, I could go on and on, but I decided to narrow it down a little bit for today's video. My top 12 ways to simplify your life. About 2 years ago, I made the decision to really crack down and simplify pretty much every area of my life and really evaluate the way I was living. And I kind of learned something about myself. I learned that clutter and excess and being too busy, it causes me so much stress. But already I have noticed a big improvement that I have less to clean, I have less to worry about, I have more time, and I'm going to share with you the 12 ways that I at least started that journey. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing by clicking the red button down below and clicking the little bell so you are notified of all of my future uploads. And we are just going to jump right into the video. I've got them listed here in my iPad because I kind of want to make sure I hit certain points here. So if you see me looking down, I'll try not to, but that's what I'm looking at is my iPad. So the first and probably the most important way that I've discovered you can simplify your life is by decluttering. I know that's like very cliche. I know a lot of people talk about this, but it's true. The less you have, the more time you have. The less you have, the less you have to do. So for me, that means I have less home decor. I used to have just so much crap laying around my house, and it was just taking forever for me to clean. It was taking forever for me to organize. And so I started getting rid of things, and I would evaluate each item and be like, you know, have I used this in the past 6 months to a year? Do I really truly love this? If I were shopping in a store and I saw this product or this item, would I repurchase it now? And if I answered no, then it was gone. You don't want to rush it either, because you don't want to backtrack and then start taking everything that you thought you didn't need back out of that donation box, and then you're kind of back to square one. You know what I mean? So I think it's important to maybe just do room by room or area by area or section by section, however you want to do it, how fast you want to go, how slow you want to go. It is really up to you and your preference. The second tip that I have for you is lists. Make lists, 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 and more lists. It's kind of embarrassing how many lists I make within a day to a week to a month. Like, I am a big list maker. I get such satisfaction checking things off my list, writing fresh lists that may be shorter or longer. I don't know. I get such satisfaction from that. I don't know. But that is one of the biggest ways to stay organized and on top of your life. And I'm not even talking just like to-do lists. I am talking like areas I want to organize in my house. I'm talking meal ideas. I am talking content ideas for my business. I'm writing down workouts. I just feel like if you have a list for everything, and this might seem a little excessive to some people, but I feel like my mind is a lot less cluttered, and just having things on paper, or, you know, I write it in my iPad too, just having all of my thoughts out on paper, on a screen, whatever it might be, I just feel like my stress is so much lower. The third tip I have is that everything must have a home. And what I mean by that is when you are cleaning your house, when you are organizing, decluttering, everything must have a home. That means nothing is just, you know, laying out on top of your dresser. Nothing is just laying on the floor. Everything must have a place. And if it does not have a place, it needs to go. That way you have less clutter and more space and time for the things that matter. My fourth tip is to turn off at a certain time every day. Now, I try to stick to that as best as I can, but today it just did not happen. For example, I am a mom of 2 little kids, and I tried filming this video today 3 different times when they were having quiet time or when they were playing or something like that, and it just did not happen. You know, I'm a mom, that comes first. So normally I try to, you know, turn everything off, my camera, my computer, my work, by a certain time every day. Well, I'm filming this right now at 8:30 at night, so obviously that didn't happen. But for the most part, just try to not be working yourself into those late hours. I talked in my last video, 5 unhealthy habits that I've quit. I will leave it in a card up above. But I talked about how I prioritize sleep more these days, and I've noticed a big improvement in my mood and productivity and my health. So that is why I suggest turning off at a certain time every night and just relax, read a book, take a hot shower or bath. Just tell your brain that it's time to wind down and that you're done for the day. My next tip is to move your body. I know this might not really seem like a way, you know, to simplify your life, but by moving your body, you get out all that stress, you get out all that negative energy you've got going on, and it gives you more mental clarity, it gets the blood moving, your heart pumping, and just kind of makes you feel better overall, more productive. You'll be more motivated and be like, okay, you know, I'm feeling good here, and I want to feel good in all other areas of my life. That is why I include moving your body, getting some form of exercise every single day to just keep your mind sharp, keep your productivity up, keep your energy up, and to sleep well, of course. Tip number 6 is to put things back. I used to be really bad at this, and I've actually gotten a lot better, but when you are done with something, put it away. Just put it away and be done with it. Don't leave it on the counter, don't leave it on the floor, don't leave it on your bed, because you know what? Then you're going to be doing that in other areas of your house. And then before you know it, by the end of the day, you've got a big old mess to clean up. So why not just, if you're done with something, put it away. If you're done with something, clean it up. And then you're done. My 7th tip is to find role models who live simply. I actually follow some people on Instagram and YouTube and Pinterest who really inspire me to live this more simplified lifestyle and to declutter and to be more minimalistic and more intentional with my time. There's a fuzz. And I will leave all of them listed down below in the description box so you can check them out too. But the way they have simplified their life and downsized and decluttered, it is so inspiring, and it just really makes me want to do that with my own space, my own life. My next tip is to keep family members up to date. And obviously right now, we aren't like going to appointments or going to meetings or classes or anything like that. I find that it's important and very helpful to inform my family members, mostly my husband and my mom and my mother-in-law too, actually. And I let them know when we have appointments, when we have classes. It's more just like talking about it so that they can hear it and know. That way, you know, if I were to forget for some you know, unknown reason, I mean, I am human, I do forget things from time to time. So I find that it's helpful to just, you know, let family members know, you know, what you got going on, you know, just like a normal conversation. That way, say I'm talking to my mom and she's like, oh, don't the kids have swim lessons tonight? And I'd be like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot. You know, gotta make sure their swimsuits are clean. So by having those, you know, helpful reminders from family, I find that helps me a lot. My next tip is to say no and to know your boundaries. And that kind of goes hand in hand with the next topic, actually, is to not schedule too much. Don't say yes to everything. I mean, say yes to whatever you are comfortable with without you getting overwhelmed or burnt out. That's pretty much the easiest way I can explain it, because if you say yes to every invitation, every request, you will get so burnt out and so overwhelmed so much faster. And that kind of comes in with making your list and planning out your time. That means not scheduling a play date or having dinner with your in-laws or going out with friends every single night of the week. Know your boundaries, take a day to relax, recoup, recharge, and then kind of, you know, ease back into it. Because if you do way too much all at once, you are going to get burnt out, I promise. I've been there. It is no fun. You get crabby, irritable, stressed. It's just not a good mixture. So know your limits. Don't schedule too much. Keep white space in your calendar if you can, and use those days to recharge your batteries. My 11th tip is to work on your routines, and I mean your morning and nighttime routines. I don't schedule too much in my morning or nighttime routines actually, well, because I'm a mom and, I have to tend to my children, of course, but also because, why complicate it? Your morning time, you're getting up for the day, you want to start the day on a positive note, you don't want to feel overwhelmed right away. And I think it's helpful if at night you do the same kind of thing before you're going to bed, but also to carry into the morning, plan things the night before. Make your lists, make your schedule, inform any family members of anything you have going on the next day if you really feel like you're going to forget. Whatever it is you need to do to simplify your routines, do that. Sit back, evaluate your routine, and see what you can do to prepare or what you can make more simple. So for example, I do my workouts and my shower routine at night. Yes, I would love to do it in the mornings, but my kids are very early risers, and it is just not practical to get up super early and do all that before they wake up, because it's like they can smell me. They know when I get up early if I even try. But it just makes my mornings more simple if I've already showered and blow dried my hair and picked out my outfit for the next day, if I take care of that the night before. So simplify your routines. Try to not have so much to do for your routines because you don't want to be stressed. You don't want to start your day stressed, and you don't want to go to bed stressed. And my 12th and final tip is to use up what you have. I love this tip because it reduces extra clutter. You don't have a bunch of duplicates laying around, and you really feel proud when you use a product up completely and you feel like you really got your money's worth. I try to go to the stores, well, not now, of course, but before I was only going to the stores once or twice a week, and I had to make sure I had at least 5 things on my shopping list. And if I was out of something, well, too bad. But I try to make sure I use up all of my products before I go and repurchase. All right, everyone, so those were the 12 tips I have to simplify your life. Let me know in the comments what ways you simplify your life. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.